Good morning class, welcome back. In the last video we discussed about landslides and avalanches. Today we are going to begin with a new topic, that is tropical cyclones. Tropical cyclones. First I'll tell you the meaning of cyclone. It's basically a movement of wind which blows from one direction to other with a greater velocity. When I say velocity, it means speed. The movement of air with a greater speed which causes a havoc, which causes a threat to human life, and it brings instability in one's life is the cyclone. Tropical cyclone is basically the cyclone of the tropics which is affected by latitudes and which crosses from one direction from north to south. We'll see the degrees even and what degree the effects are seen. Meaning intense storms which develop over warm tropical oceans between 5 degree and 20 degree north, 5 degree and 20 degree north of latitude to 5 degree and 20 degree south latitude. Means it crosses this way straightway from one direction to the other direction. The center of the wind is low pressure area, so winds with higher pressure all around rush towards the center. Actually what happens when the wind blows from the high hill areas to the low hill areas, it is supported by the central epicenter. Epicenter is the point where the connection of wind flows from one direction to other. So in a very simple language, tropical cyclones you need to understand when there is a great movement of wind from one direction to other which creates a difficulty for human life is tropical cyclone. I repeat, when there is a great blowing of wind from one direction to other which creates difficulty for human life is tropical cyclones or tropical winds. But because of the rotation of the earth, these winds assume a circular form. Now earth resembles or earth moves, rotates on a circular basis. That is why epicenter is pointed out. So when there is a movement of wind in the epicenter point, it rotates around the earth. In the northern hemisphere, the cyclones blow in an anti-clockwise direction, and in the southern hemisphere, they blow in clockwise direction. So this is the direction of wind which blows in either an anti-clock or in a clockwise direction. Anti-clock is the movement of the wind is against the clock system. The clock moves in right to left. This is the movement of the clock. But here in the northern hemisphere, the wind blows in the anti-clockwise, means against the clock's movement side. These winds blow with a great velocity. The velocity is speed. It blows with a great speed, which we call it even storm, or in Hindi we call it as tufan. The winds blow with a great velocity which often exceeds 100 km per hour. It is the speed of the air, the speed of the wind which is 100 km per hour. Because the winds blow with a great force towards the center, so this center goes on shifting. There is a shifting of the center of the air. The air keeps on shifting because the movement of the wind towards the center keeps on either increasing or decreasing. That is due to the effect of the wind or the atmospheric pressure, which is 100 km per hour. These winds are known by different names in different parts of the world. For example, in North America, they are known as hurricanes. Hurricanes are basically violent tropical storms. Violent tropical storms which creates a havoc in the human life. But in Asia, they are known as typhoons. Typhoons. Again, same, the violent tropical storms are known as typhoons. These are different names of the same movement of the wind which blows in the against the pressure of the earth and which creates a havoc in the human life. Now, effects of tropical storms. What could be the effect? The effect can never be a positive one. When the wind blows with a great speed, can something positive be created out of it? No. There are some threats, there are some dangers, there are some hazardous, they are hazardous to human life. In what way? For example, the first one, when these cyclones blow far inland, they cause much havoc to human settlements. It creates difficulty for human settlements. How? They blow away roofs and walls of the houses, thus rendering many people homeless. Due to the heavy pressure of the air, the roofs of the houses are blown, which makes people homeless. Second is, they cause much damage to crops and uproot many trees. Many trees are deforested, many trees are blown away, or many soft plants are thrown away due to the heavy blow of wind, and that is what it creates a problem for the trees. The third is, the whole civic life is disturbed by them, especially when they destroy electricity and telephone lines. Due to heavy pressure of wind, all the electrical poles or the telephone poles are thrown away, and it actually disturbs the civic life of a human being. The civic amenities are disturbed, and that is what creates a problem for the general masses. The fourth is, the cyclones are often accompanied with torrential rains which cause floods. Torrential rains are basically the rains with a heavy pressure. Whenever the wind blows, whenever the storm takes place, and then after it is followed by a heavy rain, that is called as torrential rains. They cause huge tidal waves which inundate coast. Huge tidal waves are created due to a heavy blow of the wind, which is again not good for the people of the country. 16. They cause not only much loss to property but also to the life of the people. Whole life and property of the people are disturbed. It is at the stake of the human life that the winds blow. And the last is, those fishermen who are caught in the high area seas by these cyclones are seldom able to save their lives. It becomes very difficult who live near the seasides or who are caught in the seaside. They find it very difficult to save their life, protect their life. And tsunami was one of the effect of such force only, which took place in the areas of Sri Lanka and southern part of India, which actually disturbed the whole civic amenities, the whole civic system of the society. So this was about the tropical cyclones, which results in creating a human havoc, and which creates a lot of problem for the general masses. The next topic is drought. I'll just begin with the meaning, and tomorrow we'll see the factors and the effects of drought. I'll just explain the meaning of drought. In Hindi, drought we call it as सूखा पड़ जाना. There are some states who go drought who do not have sufficient amount of water. They are considered to be drought state or सूखा state. ऐसे बिहार के जिलों में कुछ जगह ऐसी हैं जहाँ पे ये सूखा पड़ जाते हैं, तो वैसे जगहों को हम drought कहते हैं. So what is the meaning of drought? Drought may be defined as a period of unusually prolonged and dry weather in such areas where rain is otherwise normally expected. Where the expectation of rain is high, but the rain does not come or rain does not flow over there, and result as a dryness in the area, which becomes drought. The very word drought brings to our mind a picture of a scarcity of water, food, and unemployment. Now, these are the results of drought. When the drought takes place, that is the scarcity of water takes place, what can be the consequences of it, or what could be the result of it? So tomorrow we'll see the factors affecting the drought, what are the factors which affect the drought, and what are the causes of drought, why does the drought take place, and what are its effects, ill effects of the drought.